Hello?
Good afternoon. Are you Tara Banks?
Yes, and who are you?
I'm Taylor Caressel, and I'm the social worker at the Department of Children and Youth. And I'm here just to talk to you about a recent referral we got concerning the safety of your children. Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
I love the room. I love these paintings and pictures you have hanging up.
Thank you.
They're perfect.
Thank you.
Where'd you get them?
I actually enjoy thrifting a lot, so
Oh my goodness, me too.
picked them up along the way.
Where do you go thrifting?
Just Goodwill, like whatever's cheapest is
Yes.
best,
Yes, that's always good to do. I love Goodwill. So like I said, my name's Taylor Caressel, and I'm a social worker at the Department of Children and Youth. Tara Banks, and do you want to go by anything else?
Tara's fine. Yeah, Tara's good.
Okay, great. So like I said, we're here just to talk about your children and their safety. So your role today is just to be as open and honest as you can with me about anything that we're talking about, and anything of private concern to you will be kept confidential. However, if anything you say is putting your children or yourself in harm's way, then I will have to report that.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Not right now. Nothing.
Okay, so we're here to talk about your children. Tell me more about your two kids.
I have two lovely daughters. They're very young. But yeah, we just love them very much. I had them when I was at a young age, and but they're a great blessing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like, you're a young mom, kind of getting in the swing of things with some kids. Tell me a little bit more about their development in comparison to other children.
They've been developing pretty well. As a mother, I really love to boast about my children.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, they're really great. They potty trained at early ages, and they started talking very young too. So development has been pretty well, actually.
That's great.
Thank you.
Great. We talked a little bit about their development. So let's talk a little bit about how your family structure is, and tell me a little bit more about your family structure.
It's only me, so their father's not in the picture anymore.
Right.
It's sad, but that's the reality of it. And my family's very involved, which is great. My mom loves my little babies, and my sisters love them too. So they have a great family around them. So that's how our family is right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be really hard to be a single mom. A lot of single moms feel that, and so they feel the same way as you do about the difficulties. So you did mention that, it is hard to be a single mom. So tell me a little bit more about those struggles that you have.
I have to work a lot to provide. I want to give my kids a good life.
Right.
Or as good of a life as I can. So I have to work a lot, and it makes me miss out on the little things in life, which is hard. But yeah, I just try to provide for their needs. They need food, they need clothes. Like I said, thrifting is a big part of how we're able to manage. Clothes is very expensive, and any way that we can save is what we have to do. So their father sometimes doesn't pay child support on time, so things get hard around here, but we try to live a decent life.
Yeah. So it's difficult and hard to provide when you're the only one paying for your kids and their basic needs. Yeah. So tell me how you manage to do that. provide for your kids?
Like I said, my family's a big aspect, a big part of it. Sometimes money gets short, and it's really hard to ask for help sometimes. So it's great that I have family that's willing to just step in sometimes, even when I'm not willing to ask, which is great. So that's usually how we make it by, my family or me working, but it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said before, it's hard for a lot of single moms who I've worked with and seen. So you're not alone in that, and it sounds like you're doing a great job of trying to provide for their basic needs. Tell me a little bit more about the support systems that you have talked about.
Well, I haven't really explored many options. I find it very hard, like I said, to ask for help sometimes. I really like to be independent. Ever since the kid's father left, it's really hard to trust many people other than my family members. So I really haven't explored the options I have, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to know who to trust and who you can't trust, but I'm trying to be more open to the options. I guess I just haven't really researched into what those options really are.
I'm sorry to hear that, you don't feel like you can trust a lot of people, but as far as resources go, I do have a couple things that I can share with you and can show you right now if you're interested.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So I know that you said basic needs are hard to meet sometimes, so food could be one of those things.
Yeah.
And so we have here, I've highlighted the Family Nutrition Program in Marion, and this provides nutrition education and tips on buying and preparing food on budget, which sounds like it could fit, your situation. Tell me how you feel about that.
Yeah, I would love that. Food's very expensive, and the kids are sometimes really picky, and so they often go for the junk food. And even at the same time, healthy food is so expensive that even if I could afford it, I'm not sure how to prepare it in a way that they would eat it, or even how to make it stretch. Even if I am able to buy that kind of food, I would not know how to make it last for long periods of time. So it's really hard.
Yeah, planning meals on budget can be really difficult. So I can understand where you're coming from that perspective. But it is super important to give your children, the right nutrients to grow and develop properly. Tell me a little bit about how you do meals with your kids.
I really try to give them 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is usually something like Cheerios or oatmeal. Oatmeal is very inexpensive, and so, like I said, we usually have to go down that route. So it's usually something like oatmeal, grits or biscuits, just whatever is easy and quick that I can just whip out. Yeah, they're really picky, so every now and then, sometimes they want fruit, sometimes they don't, but if we have fruit, I like to put it in their oatmeal so they can get that nutrients, but that's usually what they have for breakfast. Lunch, they really like the typical kid snacks, so try and give them peas or chicken nuggets, something with some substance, but that's usually the type of meals that they enjoy for that. Dinner is usually, I try to make it hard here, so I'll bake a casserole or something, but I usually don't have the time, and all the ingredients are so expensive, but yeah, I try when I can, but that's usually the gist of what they eat. Yeah.
Cooking definitely takes some time.
Yeah.
So when you're a single mom running around with 2 kids, that can be hard to find that time. So like we were talking about earlier, this would be a great plan for you to, get some tips on how to buy and prepare meals on budget and find the time to do that. Another option we could look into is the Women, Infants, and Children, WIC. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it provides assistance with food for the mom and formula for infants, or nutrition education as well. So that's another option, pretty viable, that we could look into for you as well. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't really looked into many options, so the fact that now I know that there's an option for food for them, I'll totally love to look into it. Like I said, I just want a good life for my babies, and if this is what it takes, I would definitely be willing to look into it. Food's very expensive, and they definitely need their nutrients to grow, and just be ready once it's time for school,
Yeah. I really appreciate, your willingness to be the best mom you can be for your kids and provide for them. It's really great. So now that we've talked a little bit about, food options, let's kind of transition and talk about some of the people in your life that help manage your kids while you're at work. So tell me a little bit about those people.
Well, it's usually my mom and my sisters. They definitely put in a lot of work. They really love my little babies, and they want to be really present in their lives. So my mom and sisters, they babysit every now and then. But it gets hard, and they have their own day-to-day lives, and I have mine. And so sometimes I have to hire babysitters when they can't come, which is really hard because getting a good babysitter is very expensive. So I feel like every now and then we have to, cut the corners, or get someone that's cheaper. So I've had my worries with our babysitters that we've had, just because, if it's on the whim and my sisters can't come and my mom can't come to help take care of the kids, you can't really be picky when you're 19 with 2 kids. So sometimes you just have to take what you can get, but it's definitely been a concern for me. Do you happen to know a place or anywhere that I could get some resources for, like, childcare or anything like that?
Yeah, so we have some here listed, and a lot of the churches would be really great options to look into. They're more than willing, to help, and there are people who would love to watch the kids. There are some programs through the churches that we can get you linked up with. So I can leave this here with you.
Yeah.
You can look over it, and you can figure out what's best for you and your kids.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Now, I know that it can be, like you said, a little bit, you're anxious to leave kids in the hands of strangers. Tell me about any maybe concerns that you've seen through this with these babysitters.
Well, babysitters, it's just kind of hard to know what's really going on when I'm not here, and I can't put cameras in the house, and the options are just really slim. So, and also my little babies. I know kids are they stumble around and get injured and get hurt, but it's hard to know, like being a mother and skeptical, whether the scars are from just falling or just a bad babysitter. And so that's been one of my concerns with leaving my little babies in the hands of someone that I don't always completely know. But like I said, I really am not in the place where I can be picky, but at the same time, I just want what's best for my little girls. And it's just hard. It's been really hard around here. Yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear that it's been that hard for you. And that can be really concerning when you see those marks on your children. Tell me the general area of the marks, where you've seen them.
Well, sometimes it's like little scrapes, or sometimes you can see like little bruises on their arms. But like I said, I'm not sure whether or not it's from just them stumbling around, and little kids, they get injured all the time.
Mhm.
So I just don't want to jump to conclusions,
Right.
and the few girls that are willing to come and babysit my children, they're all I can afford. So
Mhm.
I mean, I can't jump to conclusions,
Right.
but sometimes it's like arms or like on the legs. But
Mhm.
I mean,
It's smart to be aware, though, of these marks and to continue to make sure that, you're keeping your kids safe. So I think what we talked about before about, these different options through the churches or even like support groups for you, for single moms. A lot of times the moms will be willing to kind of go in rotation of watching the kids, so we can get you linked up with those. So they're affordable. You don't have to pay anything.
that's great.
Yeah, and your kids will be in a safe environment. So we are about out of time. So do you have any other questions for me? We talked about, these options that we have for your kids' safety. We talked a little bit about the nutrition of your kids, their development, and some supports that we can get you linked up with. So is there anything else that you would like to share?
I don't think so. I think everything's just about covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll leave this with you.
Thank you.
Look it over. If you have any questions, contact me and we'll help you out, get you situated with that for your children.
Awesome. And with these, with the food, would I just call the telephone number
Yes.
to figure out when they have like food
Correct.
pantries and?
Correct.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for the rest of the day?
Just gonna get ready for work and call my mom to come watch the kids.
Oh, okay. Have fun at work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
It was
welcome.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Wait, how do I stop?